Hello, good morning, and welcome again to all our loyal listeners. And if you're joining us for the first time, welcome, and thank you so much for always tuning in. Today we have my lovely co-host, Mr. Sheldon Scipio, and we have a very specially invited guest with us today, Mr. Martin Wild. So I'm going to turn over to Sheldon so he can do a full introduction of Mr. Wild. Over to you, Sheldon.
Mr. Wild, I can probably speak until Christmas, so I'll try to be brief. Martin is my brother who just happened to be born in England, so he didn't get the same amount of melanin as I did. We have been on this journey, it seems like forever. And, Martin is the person who is really probably single-handedly initially responsible for Pinit USA. Because if Martin didn't introduce me to HomingPIN, then we would not have a Pinit USA. A really warm, loving guy. You couldn't ask for more in a great friend, and I consider him family. You couldn't ask for more in a brother and a friend.
Well, I feel the podcast can't get any better, and I think we should end on that.
Nice try, Martin.
But I think that kind of shows what we are right there. It has been a long journey. It's felt longer, but there's been so many laughs down the years, and every year I just grow closer to you, and I love you more, brother. So it's thank you for having me on.
It's my pleasure. Since the podcast idea surfaced, I've been looking forward to this moment.
Let's see if you still say that at the end.
Regardless if we say I say it at the end or not, I think we're gonna have a lot of traction and likes with this podcast.
I agree.
Well, I hope that the listeners that have joined, I hope they get something from this, even if it's only a little bit of a laugh. But, welcome. And it's been a heck of a journey that I think you're about to learn about. So enjoy.
Yeah, so, we're really trying to show or tell the story of Pinit USA. And as I said earlier, that story starts with you calling me up to tell me about HomingPIN. So let's start with that. You tell us, how you came about, to bring us to have HomingPIN in the first place, your encounter with HomingPIN.
You know what? I always fly by the wire. People who know me know that. So let's go back even further. Do you remember our first ever phone call?
I can't. It's been thousands and thousands of phone calls.
We had one phone call. Our first ever phone call was random. It was a long call, and we were put together to talk about business, and we just spoke. I think it felt like for hours, but it probably wasn't. But I mean that in a good way, we just spoke about love and life and loss and friendship and what it means to be in relationships and what relationships should look like, what they have looked like for both of us. And we had so many shared values that came about that I just thought, I need to be in business. I need to do something with this guy. this extraordinary soul that I just found. And for me, it really started from there. So anything and everything that I came across business-wise, I wanted to involve you in, and I know vice versa.
Yeah. From the beginning, I felt that kinship, that brotherhood, that love, because we just connected on every way. I know the first phone call, we didn't speak business. We spoke everything else besides business.
I think that was important, right? I think it really, we opened our, I'll say it anyway. We opened our souls, whether you believe in having a soul or not, any listeners. We really laid our souls bare to each other.
I think that is important for business, because business is not done, with cars or anything else that businesses produce. I think business is done between people. I will maintain that. If we can't get along, if we can't avail ourselves or let our walls down, be vulnerable, then whatever business we have will become vulnerable, because we don't know each other that well. We can't trust each other that well. You can't say, someone asks you for Sheldon, you can't genuinely say, Sheldon is maybe doing this or doing that, or this is how I think Sheldon would think about something. And I can genuinely always say, yeah, this is how Martin would think, or this is Martin would like this, or Martin would go with this. And that helps our relationship so much that the business is as simple as just having a conversation. It's never something that we need to struggle with and fight to reach a decision.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, we haven't always agreed. Don't misunderstand that. But I think the important things, those really core values, we've shared those all the way along. If we look back, the cryptocurrency stuff, the ticketing, the Kizuna stuff. There's many things that we've shared, and yeah, it's been hard, hasn't it? It's been a tough road.
Yeah, it's been a tough road, but a road that I wouldn't exchange, because what I've learned, the memories that we created, the laughs we've had, at everything, we have always found a way to laugh at it at the end of it. Yeah, that's that experience is invaluable.
Yeah, I agree. I could hear our little. So for listeners who don't know this, and there's no way that you would, every phone call, every interaction I have with Sheldon, there's this beautiful bird song in the back, the Trinidad bird song, and it sounds like they've just woken up there.
Yep, they have.
It's like an advert for Twitter. Not that what is it called? X now, but it's like people tweeting in the background, little tweets going on.
Yeah. I guess it's because Twitter has the idea of sort of taking over.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's hope they're being more pleasant to each other than people genuinely are on Twitter.
For real.
I've always thought bird songs sound so beautiful, but they could be saying, "Come on, get up, get your breakfast, come on, get to work." It could be nasty as hell, but let's hope it's just beautiful.
Yeah, let's hope that. And if it's not, then they have lovely arguments.
Yeah. Absolutely. I just wish my arguments could sound so beautiful.
Yeah, let's aim for that.
Yeah, let's do that. So I kind of went off on on a tangent there, but you asked me how I came about HomingPIN in the first place. It's a great friend of mine, Andy McCann, who he's another really extraordinary soul too, and you two really should get together at some point and share a tea, or I'm sure we all will at some point. But Andy came to me and he said, "Look, we I found this. A friend of mine is trying to grow this business." And I looked at it. One of the things that you and I share is we want to find solutions that solve problems that help people. Ultimately, we're all about helping people, which I thought has been a real kinship from day one. We're in business to help, right?
Yeah.
And I looked at HomingPIN and I thought, you know what? That there is a real global issue here. That this product, and I think they were looking at it as a product. We're looking at it as more of a solution, and we've changed the way that we've gone to market with this product. That's been key, I think.
Yeah, actually, that's basically all we did. We have looked at it with new eyes and with a vision that, hey, this can help so many people if we can get it to those people. So we've just changed the vehicle that it gets to the persons with.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what it's like when you're so close to something. I'll use our own website as an example, Sheldon, because I've been working on that and building that for a while now, and I proofread it and I proofread it and I proofread it, and I thought there's when you're so close to something, you can't always, you don't have that, let me call it a wise vision, because you're so close, you can't see errors, and you become blind to them, and that wise vision turns off.
Yeah, I agree. It was explained to me as in parents and a baby. Like when the baby is born, they so want to guide this baby to be an adult. They hug the baby so close so that nothing can happen to it, and they want to set the baby on and usually they want to set the baby on their road. That the baby loses vision, they lose vision, and the baby ends up going down a wrong road or wrong path because none of them stepped back and said, we have created an individual, we have birthed a new individual who should do new things in their own way, etc. And that's how I always try to look at things, like step back, let it not be mine. If I was just an individual, how would I see this? What would I do with it? How would I like it to be, etc.?
That's really important. I think for anybody that's listening is trying to start a business or trying to do anything, I think those are really, really wise, deep words too, by the way.
Yeah, I can't take ownership for it. So, Joe, when you hear this, if you remember that conversation, yeah, it's Joe Shazinski that gave me that insight.
You see, you're a good man, Sheldon. I like that so much. I would have claimed that as my words, you see, and then worry about Joe later. So Joe, you're lucky that Sheldon said it, not me, because your words would have been stolen right
there. So. On that note, it's Joe. Joe would normally yell out right now, "Happy Friday!" So happy Friday, everybody.
Yeah, this one's come around real quick.
Yeah.
But as always, I mean, I am here, as you said, Sheldon. I'm in the UK. It's our summer, so it's rained every day. Just for people around the world, the whole of Europe is struggling with a horrible heat wave here in the UK. It's jumper on and rain time as always. So It's nice to see with a world of inconsistencies, something can still be consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't you all have rain like at summer, at fall? It's just like rain.
Yeah, I mean, it's, the saying is that the only two things that you can be sure about in life are death and taxes. I think English rain should be added as the third option. Because you can be pretty sure that you're going to get it, really. Yeah. So, have we covered off that question, or did I go off on so many tangents that we've just forgotten what the question was?
Oh, I think we covered it. The listeners may need to rewind, but
Sorry, everyone. Sorry.
but yeah, we did cover it. With Andy McCann bringing you to HomingPIN, and they needed they needed funding at that point in time, and we did was we got out to as many people as we could who normally did funding for it, and at the end of it, the people were their feedback to me like months later was great product, but where's the part to market that is actually going to bring back that return for our investment? You need to have a solid part to market. That's important. You can have the best the best coffee in the world. If you're only gonna brew it in your kitchen, then you're only gonna reach the people in your house.
Yeah. You know what? I don't like. It's just me, I suppose. I don't want to really go into if it's okay that where I think or where we thought the HomingPIN was going wrong, because they've done such an extraordinary job on the product. It's I think. As far as I know, just one guy's vision and one guy's love and one guy's passion, and he put everything in. But maybe, like we've said, sometimes you don't get that wise vision. The wise vision is turned off, and you can't really always see the wood for the trees. It's a bit of an English saying, which is a bit weird, really, because wood is trees and trees are wood. So. We have so many stupid sayings in England, and you'll probably hear a few more from me. But yeah, so HomingPIN, I think, is it's an extraordinary solution. I was lucky to come across it, and I just knew from my experience with you already with the ticketing side and cryptocurrency, I knew that you would be the right person to be able to take that. I'm just in awe, really, of what has happened over the last few years, and some of I won't mention them, but some of the brands that we're talking to and having conference calls with and are at contract stage with. I think listeners, when you see this launch and you see the brands and the people that you will see with HomingPIN, talking about HomingPIN, you'll just be like, whoa, because it's incredible. It's just I've actually got a little bit of a chill going down my spine when I think about those brands and those people. Amazing.
I think a lot of it, 50% of that is because HomingPIN is such a well thought out product. And I'll call his name. Andrew has done a magnificent job in terms of what he's built out. What he's built is, really amazing. If it's a relay, he ran the first 3 legs literally, and gave the battle, to us in a position to win. The HomingPIN database, the way it works, the amount of things it can do, it's amazing what this product slash service, is going to be when we add the brands to it. I don't think anybody, and if Andrew did this by himself, then he has a bit of genius going under that mohawk. Because if
that mohawk, I
yeah,
think the guy is genius. I really do. I think, and hats off to anybody and everybody that comes up with a product solution. I just, I'm not that smart guy. I'm a go-to-market guy. I'm a people guy, a relationship guy, but I'm not the kind of guy that can sit down and have that little spark of an idea and then maybe put that down on paper and then paper to product and product to solution and solution to world. You're just genius, man.
Yeah, he is when it comes to that. I wouldn't have come up with the idea. You when you sit and think of it, you're like, oh, I would have lost my luggage and probably cried. He actually found an answer to it, and an answer that fits, so that it fits and it works with the airline, and has thought of it not being tracking people, because people are fed up being tracked now. So he has thought of all these nuances and somehow fit it in, what he's have to leave out, he had to, but he's found the best way to complement like everything with this product. And there's, I know by now he has more that he probably wants to think up and add to it, etc. At least that was our last conversation. So I know, and I'm like you. Show me something, and I can tell you, okay, this is how we run the final leg. We can take it from here. You did a brilliant job building it and everything else. I can get it to market. I can get it on the shelves. I can get it in people's hands. But that first step, I can innovate it. To come up with it from scratch. The initial spark. Yeah. But if after you have a spark, I got the gasoline and the nitro, so we can have a really big fire.
I think the product is really simple, and so many people would have lost luggages over a long, long time that this is going to be an amazing solution for everybody. It's just a really good win-win solution, if it is you ask me.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was, the figures that we've got on our website, the sheer number of lost luggage, lost bags, lost laptops and mobile phones. The real size of the problem it blew me away. I've been lucky in my life. I used to travel twice a week every week. I used to go to Germany and back every single week for maybe a year, and also traveling to South Africa and all over the place. I never lost my luggage once.
You're very fortunate, Martin.
Yeah, maybe because I travel with such tatty luggage that nobody wanted to steal it. But I've always been lucky. But if you look at the numbers, it really is. I mean, it's a $1 billion problem, right? That we've solved, or Andrew has solved, and we've got the market with. It's just staggering.
Yeah.
Well, I have lost. The airline found it. By the time the airline found it, I had a whole new set of clothes because I had survived for like 5 days. So I had to go shopping, and it is, I can't even describe the feeling, because I was on tour with Trinidad's basketball team, and all of a sudden you have no clothes except what's on your back and in your knapsack, and I didn't like to carry much stuff in my knapsack at that time. Now I actually have probably a suitcase in the knapsack. Just as a reflex action from that. But so I got there with, nothing. Checked the airport for the whole first day, back and forth, and nothing. I had actually given up on the luggage, and part of the luggage was part of our uniform, part of our medicine kit because I was a trainer, physio. So, it really it set me back, it set the team back. And then all of a sudden, 5 days later, they're calling up saying, "Oh, we have your luggage at the airport," you know, because they couldn't find it. You know, that that so my one experience with it has changed the way I travel, and this product would change the way everyone travels.
Yeah, it will give a ease of mind to many people.
Yeah, you know what? The worst thing I think I've ever lost in my life, and this is going off on a tiny little bit of a tangent, just for a change. My eldest daughter is now, what is she, 25, so she used to have this little toy called Charlie Clown, and we went out to Windsor, and Charlie Clown was lost. And that was the biggest loss of an item I've ever felt in my life. So, the thought of where we're looking at, lost luggage is soared by, it's more than 30%, right, compared to pre-pandemic levels, which is nuts. I mean, even before the pandemic, lost luggage, the problem was a massive problem. But when you think about the number of children's toys that are most of them, toys and cameras and smartphones and devices that people are just, they would lose their precious things otherwise.
Yeah, and
that's a real hit for me. The numbers, the brands, they're amazing, but helping people, that's what we started out to do, and this solution really, really does, right?
Which fits into what we're branding ourselves to be a friend and found, because I honestly, regardless of what happens to me, believe in the power of the human spirit. And I think everyone, and this is an exaggeration, of course, because not everyone, but I think it's so close to everyone who finds something, the thought runs through their mind, how can I get this back to the owner? Who is the owner? That sort of thing. I think that runs through their mind, even if they don't report it somewhere. I think it runs through their mind to get it back. And the thing is, the avenue to get it back is absent. And this is where HomingPIN comes in, because it gives you the avenue to get it back to the owner.
Yeah.
It's the power of compassion. I guess, if this was my item that had been lost, I really, really hope that somebody would go to some length to try and get it back to me.
Yeah. Just that.
Yeah.
That power of compassion, human kindness. Everybody has probably misplaced or lost something at some point in time, or had a good friend or brother, sister, husband, wife that has lost something. Even if it's just the keys to your apartment and it was misplaced for a day, and someone had it, it's in some lost and found. There's so many lost and founds, at hotels, at coffee shops, police stations, even, lost pets. And someone finds the pet, and hey, it's a cute pet. It belongs to somebody, but what do you do now? You take photos of it, you print and you stick it up that you found a pet, or you hope that you find something that says, if you found this pet, call here. So it works just everywhere, alleviates so many problems. The Southwest airline problem is that the airlines didn't go anywhere, but the luggage was already prepped to go. So therefore the people couldn't get their luggage back for days. And the airlines didn't actually move. And the luggage was still misplaced.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, that is how large the problem actually is.
Yeah, and sorry. And I guess one of the things I really like about the HomingPIN product is it's not just a tag, but they are stickers. So for like the back of your cell phone, laptop, your children's tablets, your wallet, passport, even your keys. Because at half times I have misplaced my keys. I mean, never mind it was in the house. It's like, oh, I just had this. I know I just saw this. Where is this? But in case you forget something on work or in a taxi, or let's say you're coming out of a taxi, your wallet or your purse falls out of your bag or your pocket, and someone finds it, at least there's a sticker. So I know like HomingPIN is a tag to attach to your luggage. But then for the other things that you can't attach a tag, we also have stickers, which makes it a really, really powerful and very smart solution. And I really like that.
Yeah, I mean, if you find a laptop these days or a smartphone, you can't use it anyway, can you? It's a paperweight, effectively.
Yeah.
You can't reset it because of biometrics and everything else. So the best and smartest thing to do is to get it back to its owner, right?
Yeah. And I've worked in places that had a lost and found, and every 3 months we would just be taking the stuff and putting them in garbage bags. You're contacting people and asking them if they want this, and there's everything in it. Phones, laptops, curling irons, so much stuff, and even the people working there are like, oh, we're so accustomed to having multiple stuff. I don't even some don't even come to see what's there anymore.
Wow.
We'll wait on the next 3 months when might have more stuff or better stuff.
And I think it's a grief actually to the persons who would lose those items. Because you're traveling with your precious belongings and you lose it and there's no way of really getting it back, because even if the custodian was supposed to find it, it's like, how do we really contact these people? If it is going out of state or whatever the case is, to really get it back, how do we know for sure it is this person's belongings? Especially if it's like in a lobby area. If it's in a hotel room, who would have stayed in the hotel room so you can contact them like that. But it's so much a hassle.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, phoning the airline and saying, look, I've lost my smartphone. Okay, well, what does it look like? It's a black smartphone. 6.2 million pounds worth, dollars, excuse me. More than $6 million of smartphones lost every single day.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so narrow that down for me. What else does it look like?
Well, it's an iPhone. Yeah. I said narrow it down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Samsung, Oppo, or whatever the latest brands are, Huawei. Yeah, we're still on question 1, by the way, too, aren't we? I said this could be our first ever 3-hour podcast, and I'm probably not going to be far wrong.
Well, it's for sure by now the longest.
Sure.
And what I've just told myself, or like 2 minutes ago, is we're gonna have to do this interview in parts.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Welcome to part number 63 of podcast 4.
Yeah, that's interesting, Martin.
I'm not interesting. I just talk a load of rubbish, I think. For listeners that started this podcast and they were 18 years old and are now 64, welcome to old age.
I think this is one of the most enjoyable podcasts. Not that Sheldon isn't fun. Yes, you are. I think the chemistry between you all are amazing. That is, this is the most interactive and just flowing all over the place podcast that we've had. And I'm sure the listeners will be entertained and laughing as well because it's just really good vibes. And this is how business should be.
I think you're a long time at work. I mean, if you're awake for, if you sleep 8 hours, I know you don't, Sheldon. You sleep about 8 minutes, I think. But if your day is 16 hours long and you're working for 10, 12 of those hours, the majority of your life is at work. And if you're not laughing, if you're not smiling, if you're not enjoying what you're doing, then I know we're all under pressures, right? There's a global crisis, and money is hard to come by, and bills are going up. The bills in the UK are just crazy. I suppose if we've got listeners around the world, my youngest daughter Tamara, she's an absolute blessing to me. All of my children are, but I was talking to her yesterday, and the restaurant she works in, they used to get their energy bills was $1,500 a month. Now it's a little bit more than that a week.
Wow.
So yeah, it's just bills. Yeah, energy companies are allowed to make billions and billions of profits. So go figure. But so what I'm saying is, I know money is hard to come by, and it's getting harder, but you've got to enjoy what you do. You've got to enjoy your work. And every day when I wake up and I have these calls with Sheldon and end the day with a call with Sheldon, every day I'm laughing, and every day I'm having fun, and every day I'm learning, and every day I'm growing, and there's just nothing better to me than that.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yep. It really makes the day, start off the day positively. It's always something that you can reflect on during the day, so that the day remains on a positive light, and ending the day on a positive note as well. So the day passes smoothly, regardless to what happens, and that's how you enjoy life. You make those memories, and even though it's business, it doesn't have to be tedious hard work, right? And this is the idea around Pinit, that we do business, and we have fun doing business. We work with brands that are fun, so that the people that we get the product to should get some of that energy from it as well, and we want to get this product out to them, so that they can have some peace of mind and have some fun while they're doing what they need to do as well. It's got to be a full circle thing. Everyone can have fun, can enjoy themselves, and let's spread some cheer, some smiles, being our friend and found across the world. Let's get that going globally. As one of our brands would say, yeah, it's mad love. Hashtag mad love.
Absolutely. But I want that to be, I know everybody that works for us and works with us, I want that, I know you do too, I want that to be the same for everyone that comes into contact with us, with our products, with our solutions. I want everybody to be left with a smile,
Yeah.
That's the goal. In putting the company together, every step, the thought was, and how can we have fun doing this? How can everybody, when we're doing this, smile while doing it, regardless to what the task may be at that point in time.
we have a question two? Where's question two? Bring it.
We're at 40 minutes, so let's do question 2 on the next one.
Okay. We'll break it down into episodes and question numbers.
Yeah. So we'll do episode 2, question 2 next time. We'll wrap this one up. Have another cup of tea, and we'll come back. Another fresh brewed cup of tea in the morning when the birds are coming out, and go at it again.
Sounds like a good idea to me. Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. I gotta go get my miles in, do my 5K and come back and start the day.
Yeah. So everyone that doesn't know Sheldon, every morning he sends me his a snapshot of his Samsung Health, which says he's run 5K in like 2.5 minutes, and he's done 40,000 steps. He's not out of breath. He's not, and I struggle to drive 5K, but he's out there and he's pumping and he's running. And I'm just sitting there thinking, yeah, enjoy, son, enjoy.
That was a good one, Martin.
Right. So to our listeners, my brother is also part comedian.
Yeah, large part, actually.
Right. So, you've just gotten a taste of that side of him. So if you see me always smiling, you know why. And we will look to sort of put a small bow on this temporarily. We'll put a pin in it right here.
You're going to pin it?
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you did there. That's smart. That's cool. I like that.
And we'll recover it and get back to it in the next episode.
Yes, I look forward to it. Thank you guys. I send love to you both, as I always do, and you know what? Love to everybody that touches us, touches the podcast, listens to it. If you like it, share it, because I think that the more people that we can put a smile on their faces, if anybody laughs or anybody enjoys what we do, then just thank you and love to you, your families.
Yeah.
Because that's who we are. That's what we're about.
Yep. Mad love to everyone tuning in, staying locked in.
Yes, and for all our listeners, I'd like to remind you it's www.pin-itusa.com, where you can go there and get a whole lot more information based on Pin It USA and our journey thus far. And of course, now we have, thanks to Martin, that podcast feature on our website where you can get all the podcasts in one place. And thank you so very much for always liking, sharing, and subscribing. And to our new listeners, I hope that you stay tuned and you continue to share with other persons as we grow and continue this journey.
Come back for episodes number 3242.
It was such a pleasure having you on, Martin.
Yep.
So it's always a pleasure, guys. It's always a pleasure.
All right. Enjoy your day, everyone.
Yeah.
Take care and stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Love you guys. Take care.
Take care.
Cheers.